What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Train, as usual. Hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. And as you can see, we got my guy Chris on the screen. Chris, what's good, baby? How's everything?
What's good, man, boy? How you?
Pretty good, pretty good. About yourself, man?
Can't complain, bro.
That's
can't,
good, that's
can't
good.
Complain, can't
Look,
complain.
look, we gonna get right on into it, right? As y'all can see, ladies and gentlemen, we got a new little background. Of course, we still got to have the brews, though, but
Yes, sir.
we're gonna play a little pool today while also talking a little hoops. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, as y'all can see, I got my Mason gear on, both Mason alum, but he didn't want to rep them. It's cool, it's fine. He don't really like Mason like that. It's fine.
That's a lie.
I'm not. I don't blame you. Actually, when I think about it, they stole a lot of money from us. Now I could have. Yeah, y'all can slide that back. Y'all can slide that back. But my boy, what we're gonna talk about here is college. We did actually go to a Mason game recently. Matter of fact, why don't we go ahead and start playing pool? Cheers.
Yes, sir.
Be careful because you already spilling stuff.
Good. Actually,
hold on, but we about to get these drinks situated because I don't feel like having nobody spilling me, babe. So we recently went to. So we recently went to the Mason Dayton game. Dayton was ranked 16th, and we ended up winning that game. Home court game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciated Mason actually getting the W. What was your thoughts about going to the game live, Chris? Like, is there a difference live versus in person for you, being a big sports fan?
This was the first time that I actually watched Mason actually play a perfect game from like start to finish. So like it was a nationalized and television game, but it was on ESPN.
Hey, I'm solids.
Cool. Go ahead. Tony, shout out Tony, fellow Mason alum. He was one of the main stars of the Final Four team back in 06. No, like he got himself a real good program going on. So like that was like a how do I say this? It's a program setup type of win.
So just to be clear, you said going to the game versus watching it at home, that it was like, what was that? What would you say that main difference would be for you going to the game live versus watching it home? I just want you to answer that question, bro. I felt that was going a little long-winded.
My bad. It's different. Just seeing the things.
Okay, so if you could, I'm assuming you would rather go to the games live every time if you could. Good shot. I'm assuming yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Because there was a different level of energy for me. I gotta say, like usually when I'm watching the game, right? If I was watching Duke play, I halfway say I don't care if I'm live or in person, because my level of energy is still gonna be the same no matter what. Matter of fact, when I did go to the Duke game, I didn't have my level of energy. So like I could be screaming and all that stuff and doing whatever I want to here. But now, you know what? I kind of can't act the game. So I might prefer watching it at home, or at least watching it with folks in a more intimate setting. But going to the game live, that joint was smooth. I can't hold you. Very good defense. You ain't really, everything's in the way. It's crazy. But yeah, so the live aspect though, because like I said, we were there, we were watching it, right? Rushing the court.
That was amazing.
Now, here's the thing. We both don't go to Mason. Used to though, a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Used to.
Could have my senior year 2014 when we almost beat St. Louis, right? But is there a big problem for you with rushing the court? Because you also got to think of the security of the opposition as well. Like imagine if let's say Mason had played UNC and Baycott had gotten injured. You're a UNC fan, so it hits home now. You don't care about Dayton's players, respectfully. Like they played well, they hooped. We don't got much stock in them. Barely got much stock in George Mason. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bro, like we just got on the bandwagon a little bit not too long ago. So, like, imagine this UNC, your actual team that you care about, bro. Like,
it's a difference. Storming the court against a ranked conference team compared to storming the court against a highly rated and traditional program.
so are you saying you'll allow it because of the program that UNC is, by the way, Shogo? Are you saying that? Like, because again, is your team getting injured in this scenario? So GABPod gets injured.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying you're going to accept it because UNC's a much bigger program than George Mason is?
Absolutely.
That's interesting. So I think you can actually structure storming the court. Like, you know for a fact that a team is about to win or is potentially about to upset a big team. So I feel like, you know what, if that's the case, come on! How does that rip out and that goes in? That's crazy. But if that's the case, what in the hell? Yeah, you better act like you played pool before me. What? This boy about to see UNC Target fans, they cheat. But I feel like if you know your team is potentially about to win, you should have security protocols in place to make sure that we can't go down in advance. Like, if I know my team is playing against UNC, I'm gonna hire much more security. If I know, well, hey, this year we're going up against ranked teams, you know the culture. People are gonna want to storm the court. So if you're going up against a ranked team and you know that there's a shot that your team can win, guess what? Every team has a shot. So every team that has a chance at playing a ranked opponent needs to make sure, at least for that game, they have high-level security. Because like you said, the program people care about. They don't really care about R.J. Davis or Armando Bacot or Ingram. Like, they care about UNC. So for me, it's like, you know these teams are coming. You know other teams are ranked. You gotta sit up there. Now, I've been trying to figure out where I want to go with this. I ain't gonna hold you. Because this 9's in front of the 6. This 1 I ain't got no work with. This 3, you know what I'm saying? I gotta go all the way down. I can roll the 5 off the rail into the corner, but this corner was not really rocking with me last time, Chris. I scratched through. So I mean, best case scenario, boom, boom, and then here. But you know what I'm saying? Let's see how it goes. But yeah, so I think that's the best route to go. So now we get to enjoy a lot more sports. Like, imagine if, let's say, Bronny comes to George Mason, right? And we beat USC. USC ranked, we not. You don't think we not gonna storm the court? And imagine if Bronny got injured. My God. My God.
See,
This is a whole different discussion. Because Filipowski got injured, bro. I'm a little emotional for this. What's up?
okay. If it was,
Nice. Let's go. What's up?
if it was like a Duke, a Kentucky, a UConn, even a UCLA, absolutely, I'm definitely going to storm the court.
Okay.
I'm definitely going to storm the court.
But is there a safe way to do it for you? Because, like, again, let's talk about Bronny. Let's talk about Bronny. USC loses. Bronny gets injured after y'all storm the court. I just remember you spilled beer on the daggone carpet. I just stepped in it. Oh my God. But maybe George Mason just stepped in it too, because they just beat an injured, they beat USC, kudos, but they injured Bronny's kid. That's a big deal now. That's a new twist that we don't really think about. So should we delay storming the court? Like, once the game is over and once the other players are off the court, does that take away storming the court for you? Just make it come from one side, because you know your team is sitting here. So
You forgot. Let me break it down to you. So you forgot. Some arenas got one side of student fans and another student side fans, right?
Okay. That's why I said make it from one side.
That ain't gonna work.
That's not gonna work.
That's not gonna work.
So you make, just to be clear, you could put up a barrier. You could have the band in front of the players. You know what I'm saying? And then make sure that the band doesn't go all that. You could say that they could get trampled too, yes. But like you could put up a barrier. I would not storm the court if the band's in front of me. Would you?
Oh no, absolutely not.
So with that, it's like that could be a barrier. You could also say maybe they're putting the kids in harm's way. I hear that too.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you try to funnel it from one side of the court, you'll be all right. But again, if you're having those programs come in, you need to hire a whole bunch of security. So because now we're talking about kids' futures. Again, going back to Bronny, right? Going back to Bronny. He's supposed to be potentially going to the draft this year, right? Oh, we're not talking about that. We said potentially. And he gets injured. Let's say that affects his career. We got to start thinking about that.
Okay.
So do you still? So you still agree? Or so you still think that storming the court is okay? Like you still cool with it, even though it could potentially mess up someone's career.
I would. I think like right after when it had like 10 seconds left, all of the security people should just like get up, cross out the kids storming the court, let the people teams.
But like no, I'm saying like just to be clear. So you think it's okay? You still think it's okay?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, all right, that's fine. I mean, like, we'll have to make it a poll to see if it's worth. If storming the court is worth. I don't know what you were trying to hit. I don't even want an explanation on that. That was like, I'm not gonna lie. If this was football, I feel like that's grounding right there. Like that is intentional grounding right there, my boy. What the hell? All right, that's cool. Look, we're gonna come back, ladies and gentlemen, after a moment from our sponsors. Clearly, we haven't been drinking enough, so maybe not as entertaining. We'll come back with a few brews, maybe down a little bit. But when we come back, we'll be talking about the NBA right fast. Is that good for you? You still want to talk?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. But I guess moral of the story, he said we should continue to storm the court and injure kids. I say
that's a ball face.
I said give these folks a shot and make it into the league. But you can explain it to the rest of the world another time. We are going on a commercial break. See, can't trust UNC fans. Sorry about that.
The I'm Perfectly Made Foundation believes that routine screenings can save lives, and that access to these services should not be a barrier. Our mission is to promote eye health education, free eye exams, free eye screenings, and free glasses to our communities with the focus of highlighting early detection. The I'm Perfectly Made Foundation also gives individuals with low vision and blindness the opportunities to be a part of certain community events regardless of visual impairments.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. I told you we had a little brewski in the system, you know what I'm saying? So we good now. But we're gonna talk about the NBA. We're gonna talk about the NBA. We done with college. Outside of the attire, of course. By the way, you ain't mentioned nothing about the all white, you know what I'm saying? I try to do something like, hey, black house, black cow, bam. You know what I mean? Shout out to Martin and Bam. If you know, you know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
They're probably watching them now like, yo, these boys are clearly drunk. Like, it is what it is. All right, the NBA. All-Star break has happened, right? We talked about the displeasure of the All-Star weekend, right? There's no sense in beating a dead horse. So who are 5 people, not players, 5 people, and that includes players, owners, management, side pieces, like anybody who 5
He
people.
was joking about the side pieces.
Well, I don't know. Maybe
He
there's
was
some side pieces
He
that
was
are that
joking
critical
about
to
the
you.
side pieces. He was joking about the side pieces.
So who are 5 people that you're focusing on, keying on for this second half of the NBA season?
He should have said chicken, but it is what it is. Jason Kidd, Chris Finch.
J Kidd, because you know he's not playing no more, right? He's not passing the ball no more. You as a coach, you got him as your. All right, cool. My fault, brother. Chris Finch.
Chris Finch?
Who is Chris French? Like Chris French? You said Chris
No.
French?
No, Finch.
Chris Finch. Who in the world is that? Sound like the Grinch's cousin. Like, who is that?
He's the head coach of the first place in Minnesota at the Wolves.
Buddy! Oh, but that Ant's coach. Oh, yeah, okay. Who's the third person?
Since you want to say Ant, I say Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, shout out. Okay, foe, talk to me.
My foe, I'm just going to say Coach Tibbs.
Okay.
And my last one, LeBron
James. Okay, so that's a solid little list. We said here, J Kidd, Chrissy, Finchy. You said Ant-Man. Then you said Tibby. You know what I'm saying? And then Braun and them.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. My 5, I did say some of the people I did have. No, brother, I made it. Yeah, I was just trying to, rattle off your 5 people. Damn, you just wanted to steal the show? That what you want to do? That's crazy. My 5.
That's how it goes. Hey, do people feel like Carolina fans are trying to instill the show? Technically, I know it was my goal.
Oh, so you're not paying attention. That's what you're saying. You're not paying attention. Oh, that's so
If you
crazy.
don't shoot,
I gotta make sure they see my face on the camera when I'm giving my 5, brother. So when I think this year, this second half, I'm looking at Shea. I was also looking at Ant-Man. I'm looking at Shea.
okay.
I'm looking at, and it's weird that I'm saying this man's name, but Karl Anthony Towns. I'm
Okay.
looking at Cat.
Okay.
I'm looking at Anthony Davis. You see me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at AD, bro.
Okay.
I'm looking at Dame. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, okay. And then finally, shout out to my light skinned brother, JT. Like, JT, it's Duke time, baby. You know what I mean? It's about that time, fella. So we got that's my 5.
I did have one more person, but
Well, no, we got 5. I said 5.
Okay,
You said 5. Yeah. All right, cool. So and hopefully we remember this. We're not writing it down, right? But
it's off the dome.
Yeah. So for you, your first person was
Jason Kidd.
Yeah, J Kidd. Why J Kidd specifically?
Because this is his last chance. This is his last chance of coaching.
Like, you mean with the Mavs or you mean in general?
Oh, with the Mavs.
Oh, okay, I was about to say, brother, that's a lot.
I mean, I could say last chance. I could say last chance, period. But I could say the Mavs wise.
I was about to say that's so tough. I cannot also record this from that angle with my mouth dropping like that. That was because I just can tell, dog. Like, nope, I'm not even gonna get it from that angle. It's gonna get right from that camera. Okay, so this is last chance coaching with the Mavs. I think we might have talked about J Kidd being on the hot seat.
Is my goal now?
Yeah. Oh man, I mean, have you not been paying attention, UNC fan? Like,
we see y'all.
see y'all 2 weeks. I agree though. It could be J Kidd's hot seat year. Depending on how he utilizes his team. Luka could still carry you to the Western Conference Finals. Luka and Kyrie, but no. Hey, brother, listen. There's a world where Luka and Kyrie and these Mavs can get a championship this season. And I ain't just saying that because they got a couple Duke boys on that squad. Shout out Kyrie, Derek Lively, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about because they actually have a squad around them. Don't forget, they just got PJ Washington. So that's a solid folk man right there to help out Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford, who's been getting like 2.1 blocks for the season. Like, they got a solid team, bro, especially if Luka and Kyrie are unstoppable the way they have been. It's possible. But I just highlighted that team. J Kidd, you got a lot to show now. Because if y'all get out early, first round,
Is
first round. All right, okay. Like, I get, I don't know, but we'll talk about that. Because you know that can be a lot done. That we got other storylines to talk about. I said Shea, right? I said Shea. Now my reasoning for saying Shea is, well, respectfully, brother, when you sitting up there and putting up a whole bunch of highlights of you destroying folks, I want to see it consistently for this second half. Like, I need to see you be the all-star starter that you were selected, because respectfully, I had you as an MVP candidate going into the season. So me personally, I would like to see Shea maintain that level of dominance. Right now, it's him, and I'm not trying to discredit Jalen Williams, right? But the level of play Shea Gilgeous-Alexander gives me, it's one option Shea, two option Shea, and Jalen Williams. Third option, Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren. Like, that's the level of, it's not
Josh Giddey?
No, Josh is like 4-5. Like, why are we bringing up Josh right now? Respectfully, I like Josh, he cool, but like as a player, but like no. 1, 2, 3. You just heard my pecking order on the OKC Thunder. The way Shea's been playing, they don't need Jalen Williams to be a consistent 2 option. That's how productive Shea Gilgeous-Alexander's been playing. So if he can keep that up, oh, they looking pretty, and they could win a championship. I think it's still a little too early for them boys, but maybe they can prove me wrong, because I thought they might not. I thought they might barely get to the playoff spot, and they number 2. That was before the season started, though. But that's the reason why I said Shea. So now we got to slide on down to Chris Finchie, which actually ties into your Ant-Man and my cat as well. Well, Carl Anthony Towns. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say that. See, and that's another thing where people are gonna try to clip up me, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not. Don't do me like that.
Shout out to Jersey. Shout out to Jersey. I see you, cat.
But so we got Chris Finch, Ant-Man, and Carl Anthony Towns, right? Why did you say Finch and Ant-Man?
Okay, because Chris didn't know.
Oh, my fault. Is it my go?
Yeah.
I was joking, because I know, because I'm a Duke fan. All right, let's go.
Anywho, nah. Are we going to take the team more seriously? That's all I'm asking. Are we going to take?
So you think that falls on Chris Finch?
Absolutely.
That's crazy. So you think that falls on? Hold on, because just be clear, when you did your listing, right, was that in order of priority?
That was in order.
So you have Chris Finch being higher than Ant-Man in terms of, will we take the Wolves seriously or not?
I'm putting Ant-Man into that equation with Chris.
But you listed Chris. That's why I'm just asking, is that, do you view Chris Finch higher when we're talking about taking the Wolves serious?
Absolutely.
So okay, so that's an interesting take right there. Because I mean, you need coaches to win. Coaches do help out with championships, as Phil Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do hear that. But the stars are what got them there. Like Kobe, Shaq, MJ, Pippen. Like, them boys is what helped Phil out. So I would flip that personally. But they weren't on my list too. Because I do agree with you. The Wolves have been playing really well in the regular season.
But
Need
are,
to
we, but are we going to take them seriously in the playoffs?
Exactly. And I actually look at a player like Karl Anthony Towns. Now, to his credit, Cat, you did say to Ant, who's a younger player than you, yo, you that guy. You're the guy on the team. Like, you're not too far removed from when, you were the number one pick, right? But you actually had the mental fortitude to say, hey, this guy should be the guy. You know what I'm saying? Well, you still need to play like you're the guy too, though. Because
Should he?
Well,
Should he?
I think he should.
Should he?
I think he should. Reason why I say that you're not trying to take over Ant's role, but you still need to be aggressive, offensively and defensively. So when I say, oh, you need to be the second option, players might say, yo, that means I get to relax a little bit. Not quite. Because what if Ant's struggling? Well, we've seen him put up 60. Yeah, they lost. They're still competitive. Yeah, you put up 50 in the All-Star game and lost. Still competitive. So we need you to at least be aggressive because maybe Ant-Man can help out and carry y'all in the fourth or overtime, or whatever the case may be. People need help. So for me, I'm looking at Cat because I'm expecting Ant-Man to struggle a little bit, given this is his, although you can say last year was the first year, I think this is the first year where we have high expectations as NBA fans. Because again, the number one seed in the West, number 2 seed in the NBA. It's wild to say. Now, I said they could be a top 4 seed last year. It was a little tough. They proved me wrong. But that was because of injuries too, though. So now they're proving me right. And like you said, we got to see what happens come playoff time.
Need a gift idea for a sports fan? Maybe you think it's best to go online and find something. Well, come on down to the HCB Collections, where there's history in a time capsule. Sports memorabilia of your favorite athletes of all sports. HCB Collections is here to make sure you're able to get the memorabilia you desire. Partnering with local collectors, HCB Collection can easily connect you to the item you need. HCB even offers prizes.
Or Colts. Giants or Colts.
Darius Leonard.
Okay,
I'll take that. Nice hit.
So come hang with your favorite collector. HCB is open 24/7. So looking for the right gift? Or maybe looking for yourself? HCB Collections is the place for you.
Now, we rattled off 2 of yours, and we gave 1 of mine, I think. Let me make sure we said Shay.
Shay, J-Kid,
Yeah. And then, like
Chris Rams.
No, I'm trying to make sure who was my 4th, because I'm trying to remember.
Mine's Tibbs.
Okay, let's start with Tibbs. Who's your 5? Who's your 5? Braun. Yeah. All right. So Tibbs then. Why Tibbs for you?
This is the best chance that he had to make a dark horse Eastern Conference Finals run in a long time.
I mean,
And honestly, this is his last chance. Because if they don't get out of the second round, you also is going to have questions.
did you go? I was about to say, come on, man. See, you starting to mess me up.
Hey, listen, bro.
Nah, because you said earlier talking about some old girl, hurry up. You messing up the cadence. Go ahead. Look at you cheating. Losing too.
Anywho,
I'm trying to help you out.
hey, that's setting the pool anyway, so that's what it is. But no, like, I feel like this is Tibbs' last chance. Because
So, when you say last chance, if they don't get to what round, he gets fired. There's no way. There's no way, dog.
if you lose in the second round and gets a sweep or 5-game series, I think he's done.
Okay. I mean, they have a talented team. Bucks are on the decline right now. So you could get to the final, like to the Eastern Conference Finals, possibly make some shade. You got the team, the talent to win. So I can see that. I think they're gonna give him one more year. I don't think
I don't know, bro.
I don't think they fired Tibbs right now, dude. But I mean, in a nice world, in a perfect world, yeah, sure, give the boo. No disrespect, but some coaches don't need to have certain teams. And with Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, OG Anunoby, who I think he hasn't been re-signed yet, if I'm not mistaken, right? Because I think so I think he has one. I think this is the last year of his deal.
Yep.
So you kind of have to show him, hey, he wants to stay here. Because if not,
he already said it. OG wanted to stay.
But if they lose early, though, they do want to stay. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you lose early, and as OG Anunoby, you could do, like, that man could go, OG could go, like, he could take a little pay cut and go to the Suns. I wouldn't appreciate it. I wouldn't even let you go just because you hit one of yours there.
Nah.
I wouldn't recommend it. Or let's say, you know what? He decides to go to Memphis.
Man, I scratch.
Oh, that's some. Yes, there it goes. I was about to say.
I mean, Memphis already.
Hold on, because I just need to make sure they understand. Now, I've been trying to help this brother out, you know what I'm saying, make it a little competitive. I've been going a little long. I apologize for that. I should have beat him earlier. 8-ball corner pocket. Shot with the fans to see. Duke still remains winners. I don't want to hear no Final Four bullshit, though. Go ahead, though. Continue. See, you got to make fun of it. You got to make fun of it, or else it really hurts, and it takes away some hours of sleep at night. It really, truly does. It really, truly does. My fault.
OG on Memphis. I mean, Memphis are how's it? Who's the man? Who's with the master plan? Who's hey?
Should I shimmy with it?
Hey. You see?
OG. No, so OG on Memphis, that wouldn't work. I feel like we talking about this one a little too long. That's been on me.
You good.
So okay, so we got Tibbs on the hot seat. My next one was Damian Lillard, right?
Why Dame?
I figured they get a little too bored about that whole. I feel like we were talking about Tibbs too much. You know, they might not really rock with Tibbs like that.
Right.
Dame.
Why Dame?
Dame is somebody who needs to impress Giannis. Like the Bucks need Damian Lillard to show Giannis that there's enough talent, enough of a reason to re-sign. Or at least make it somewhat competitive for the next 2 seasons. Like he could leave after next season.
But
like, that's realistic.
Okay, so how many years do you think Dame got left?
No, he has 3 years on that contract. But if they don't sniff the finals, now that 3rd year, it looks
Conference finals or finals?
No, finals. Because you got to win the championship. Dame is paired with someone who could potentially be a top 10 player at some point in time. Someone's going to make the argument. So this is the best chance you have. And you mean to tell me you can't make the finals with this team who already made the finals with Drew Holiday? So is
who was on Boston?
So is Damian Lillard not on Drew Holiday? Like is Grayson Allen and Drew Holiday's loss that much of an impact to you? Like, or is Giannis lost a step? There's going to be so many narratives now drawn from if the Bucks can't reach the finals, and they're a good team. They got good, talented players. Just you don't make the finals. I think that's a lot. So for me, it's Dame because we've already seen Giannis get to the finals. Respectfully, we've seen Dame get to the Western Conference Finals in the down year. Andrew got swept without Kevin Durant. This would be astronomical for your legacy. And ratings wise too, people would love to see Damian Lillard. I know there's one dude who literally hates Portland, like the Trailblazers. He hates on Scoot Henderson to this day because of how they treated Damian Lillard, which means they drafted Scoot. That was part of the reason. So for me, it's Dame. So that's why I say that night. It sounded like you said Braun on that last one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at AD, bro.
Okay.
Now, ironically, I wanted to go Darvin, but I didn't want to throw too much slander on Darvin, right? I didn't want to do that. Although we did throw some slander at some coaches. But why Braun? Why Braun for you?
If we get swept, he's not coming back. If we get swept or do not make the playoffs this year, he will not come back into the Lakers. So this is your last good chance to get to the playoffs and hope and pray to God to make a deep playoff run. Because basically, you probably want to face the T-Wolves in the first round. Most likely, probably going to get the Clippers in the second round. And maybe you probably got to defeat Denver or OKC in the West Conference Finals.
Well, we got to see how the season's shape. But there's a bunch of teams that we would have to get past. So it's interesting if we get swept. I think you need to have serious conversations about the team as a whole. And Darvin Ham needs to go. Because now that's 2 back-to-back seasons where we got swept. I understand it was West Conference Finals against the champs. Wolves last year got more games than us in the first round.
And Phoenix got more games than us.
Phoenix got more games than us.
In the semifinals.
Miami got more games than us. Everybody who played the Nuggets got a game, and we couldn't. Even time we get swept again by another team or even the same team, and mind you, I don't think coming into the season, I didn't think the Nuggets had improved. Like they had lost Jeff Green
And Bruce Brown.
So where's your depth at the big man? Because you were already a little, limited. I thought Lakers actually improved. So if we, coming from that stand, if we can't get a game, someone got to go. Someone. Or somebody's. Some people. Some folk. So I do hear you on that. And we're also talking about the last years of Braun. So, I mean, respectfully, I know he's been called a track star, and that was in his prime. So, I mean, he's been on our team for 7 years.
That's a quick 7 years.
Well, no, yeah, that is true. I actually would not mind if he left to go ring chase. Because you're older now. Like, we expect that at this age. Like, bro, even still physical freaking nature. But, you can go ring chase. Like, I understand that, too. Because he's not the top dog anymore. So, I mean, I get you on that. This could be the last prime year that we see from Braun. Next year could be interesting.
Sports is one of the few things that genuinely connects us together. Whether with coworkers, friends, family, we all love the entertainment. Well, here on Get a Bucket, my goal is to talk about sports and its cultural impact. The WNBA, for example. The WNBA is loads of entertainment. From the new rookies battling, displaying their skill sets, and preparing to take the league by storm, to the titans and the MVPs of the league clashing for battles we'll always remember. From imagining the soon-to-be possibilities, to admiring and treasuring the finales. Get a Bucket is a platform where other sports analysts, hoopers, coaches, and fans of the show come and talk about the WNBA, both negatives and positives. So if you haven't, take a quick peek. At the very least, you'll have a good time. Remember, sports is one of the few things that genuinely connects us together. So please, tune in and stay connected.
I said for my final one, JT.
You did say JT.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I swear I said JT. I was thinking between JT and Luka at the time. But for me, it's JT because we have seen excellence from Jason Tatum since he's come into the league. This is the first year where I actually expect the Celtics to win the title. Like that 2018 season when they got Kyrie and Gordon Hayward seemed interesting. Like in the future, all right, that's going to be a team to look forward to. Right now, still a little young. Maybe because the East is a little weak, they could get to the finals, but still a little young. This is the first time, and he's had talented teams. This is the first time where I expect them to win. These are Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown's prime years. 25 and 26, both of them are. Legacy-wise, we're looking at you now. And if you can convert the guy who you idolize so much,
Now, rest is up.
Kobe Bean Bryant, there could be a legitimate discussion of you versus him. Now, we could talk about, you know, how people say, well, Jordan's not going to lose to Braun because Jordan had more of a dogged mentality. We can say that about Kobe versus JT. Correct. It's still a 6'6" versus 6'10" comparison in height. JT got the skill set. There's a lot of stuff that JT can do. So when we're talking about if he's able to utilize this time that he has now, let's say he rattles off a bunch of chips. When it's all said and done, history could say that, hey, JT's better. And you got to start capitalizing on that now. So we're talking about, well, where does he rank in the NBA history starting now? So that's why I look at JT. Someone like Luka I could have put, but I think JT's passion for the game might be a little bit more so than Luka. Luka loves to have fun. Luka does this shit for fun. Like that's what this shit seemed like. I think JT actually. I'm not trying to say that Luka doesn't care. Luka doesn't practice. Luka doesn't work hard. The level of care, the level of love, is more so in JT's favor for me than Luka. I don't know both. I'll be the first to admit that, but that's why I say JT, because I'm kind of expecting a little bit more from the history books.
Let me ask you this. If Boston don't win the title this year, would you do changes?
It depends on how I lose. I think Derek White has been playing well. Okay. But you got to ask yourself, is he going to keep this going?
Correct.
There's nothing overly stellar about Derek White. Like, I know I compare, and I don't mean that disrespectfully. I'm comparing him to other NBA athletes. If I'm comparing him to myself, this man is possibly one of the GOATs. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe not the GOATs. I can get a buck or two, Derek. I mean, if you ever want to play me one-on-one, holla at me. You know what I'm saying? We can get a quick 5. You know what I'm saying? But I got to think about, okay, well, how's he going to play next year? And then the season after that. Think about it. Andrew Wiggins, he was an all-star. Next year, year after that, So, I mean, and at least Wiggs, he had extreme level athleticism. Derek White don't have that. He's a big guard who, I mean, respectfully, we can find a big guard who can shoot a solid 3-point shot, but we got those in the NBA too. Now, he's been scoring pretty well, but next season, does that happen again? We haven't seen this consistently. So it depends on how we lose. I like Drew. Obviously, you got to have JB and JT, but if there's some friction there too, maybe you want to change it up and see. But it just depends on how we lose. But my first look might have to be, I don't want to say first man in, last man out. So I'm going to look at JB first. And that's tough to say. Only because I know I'm not going to get as much value out of Derek White and Drew Holiday. So I got to at least see what JB is calling for. Because if I can get a package that I can pair with JT and extend my championship window, I might want to entertain that. Like I remember talking about Jalen Green, and maybe you trade Jaylen Brown for Jalen Green. Maybe. Because Jalen, he's been showing that, well, he can rebound, he can play make, he can score. You just got to get him the right
pieces.
Yeah, you got not right pieces, but you got to light the right fire under him.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he goes to the Celtics, different culture, different team. It's not your team. You got to acquiesce. He's trying to show out because he does want JT's spot because he was supposed to be that guy. Maybe he doesn't want to be behind or fighting Cam Whitmore. I don't know. Like maybe something like that could happen. But again, it just depends on how the Celtics lose that series. So would you change up anything with the Celtics or not?
I would say,
or who would be the first piece without knowing anything? What would be the first thing you would look at to change? Because
Joe Mizzou.
Coach, okay. I mean, I'm not mad at that too. I'm not mad at that. That could be the thing. I was focusing more so just on like the pieces of the team, like the players of the team. I mean, because I have heard gripes about with Joe Mazzulla from Celtics fans. So I mean, Joe, you don't got fans everywhere, unfortunately. But I mean, damn, that's not a bad idea, my boy. I might want to change my answer now. That's pretty good. No. I'm saying like that's a good answer. I might have to change my answer now because Joe.
No, only because it's like you had your run. I say you had your quote unquote run in the finals. Cool.
He got a game at least.
He got two. Yeah, he got 2 games in. But you was down 3-1 against Miami last year. You had game 7 on your home court.
You're down 3-1 though. Come on now. You're gonna be that harsh on them. I understand they down 3-1. Then you come back. Do you at least give them credit for that? Like I feel like because of that comeback,
you cannot
gave them 2 more seasons for me.
You cannot get smoke on your home court in game 7.
They gave them 2 more. Well, didn't JT get injured or something like that?
No.
What game was that? Didn't he get injured one of them games?
No, I swear.
It happens, bro. Like it happens, man. Like it's all right. I'm all trying to say this, but that's Jimmy Jeffrey Jordan. That is a child. You can't hold him to it. You can't be too mad at them.
And Miami and Boston do not like one another. So when you had game 7 on your home court, well, there's no way you get waxed like that.
All right, so just to be clear, so your answer was Joe Mazzulla, right? No matter how they lose, you're looking at Joe first. That's tough. Okay, but I respect it too, because even when I say JB, I cringed at it. I don't want to look at trading JB, but I do think if you do want to trade somebody, that is the person the Celtics are going to look at trading. Because again, I don't know if you're going to trade Drew. What's the return value for? Derek White, you could try, but I don't know what you're going to get for that. So I mean, it'll be interesting. I would like to see Jaylen Brown at the 2 guard and Jason Tatum at the 3 guard at small forward spot. And that's what I would ideally like, and not have them run them at the 4 and JB at the 3. But it is what it is. But we just gave y'all our top, 10 focuses, 5 for him, 5 for myself, for the NBA season. So, but I would just like to reiterate, in case y'all was wondering, I did win that pool too. I was solid. He was stripes. You know what I'm saying? But loser, Chris, do you have anything you want to say? Do you have anything you want to say before we close up shop?
That was so disgusting of you.
It was a little filthy.
It was filthy. But no, my post, my closing remarks is, if you think about you, whatever you got going on in your life, keep pushing, because we only got one life is to live. That's my closing remarks. And Duke fans, we see y'all next Saturday for game day. About to be 2-0 against y'all.
That was a good little. That was a good closing remark. Normally we just give out something funny, something random. He wanted to give something, I guess, inspirational. I guess. He never want to follow the script, but in this way, it panned out well. So I appreciate it. I ain't got a closing remark like that. I ain't gonna hold you. He trying to upstage me. That's what he's doing. Episode 2 for this man. He's like, you know what? I'm just gonna be here and I'll do it. It's okay. But no, I appreciate you, my boy. And I appreciate you all for listening. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone about the show. This is my boy Chris. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. This is my boy Chris. My name is Trey. I'm the host of the show. We're the host of the show. Hope you all having a good one. Take care.
Oh, I did not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I gotta go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get buckets around here, too.